We'll have more questions in just a bit. We're putting the spotlight on the telecom space as well right now, because we remember the big headline over the last 36 to 48 hours, of course, has been coming in from the India Mobile Congress, where the minister, Mr. Scindia, ruled out an auction route, stating that spectrum, and this we're talking about, of course, satellite communication, SATCOM spectrum, that this resource is going to be allocated administratively. There will be no auction route. But he did add, we all remember, that it's not a free lunch. It's not just as if the SATCOM spectrum is going to be handed out. It will come at a price. That cost is going to be determined by the regulator, TRAI. Also at that event, we had Mr. Kumar Mangalam Birla sounding very confident about Vodafone Idea's turnaround, saying that the company is now in the next phase of its capex cycle, with the FPO showing that investors have reposed their faith in the India Telecom story. We have Gaurav Malhotra, Executive Director at Axis Capital, on joining in. Gaurav, good to have you on this morning. So, you know, we've just been trying to get some context around this huge debate and snarl, and we had then Elon Musk join in via X as well, because it's very clear, while the likes of Starlink are batting for just straight out allocation, the incumbents, the telecom operators here in India who are running these terrestrial networks, who've put up the hard cash to set up those networks, they are saying, and we heard Sunil Bharti Mittal, right, at that same event, they are very vociferously arguing for auctioning. What do you make of this whole debate, and how relevant is it right now? What are we looking at when it comes to, bigger and broader SATCOM services? Is it going to be disruptive?
Yeah, hi, good morning, everyone. So, unfortunately, we have not put out anything from a formal view perspective, so I would sort of refrain from that. What we had put out initially when the satellite communications SATCOM was first spoken about, say, beginning of the year, is that this is likely to be a niche service which will be targeting the fiber or the network dark areas, right? But it's unlikely to be like a full-on commercial service, because there's already fiber across multiple areas. You have FWA being launched by the likes of Jio, by Bharti, etc. So net, this will be where those sort of signals are, or fiber is not being reached.
Yeah, but I guess there is real fear among the large Indian operators, right, for one of them to be making a very clear and direct statement at a large industry event in the presence of the minister himself. So, I mean, I don't know, is there some fear of cannibalization? And that also brings me to the other larger issue about what's happening with telecom. We've had our first round of tariff hikes. They've been well digested. The minister also, remarked that despite that hike, the tariffs are still the lowest in India. So in the near term, what are you expecting? Are you expecting Jio and Airtel to push forward another round of tariff increases? What are we looking at, say, over the next 12 months in the space?
See, generally, on the tariffs, obviously, we have seen just one tariff increase effective July, right? It's unlikely that we will see another round of hikes, say, in the next 12, 18 months. And what we've seen in the past as well, right, that the tariffs, when they happen are chunky, but they are not very frequent, right? So there's generally been around 2 to 3 year gap across the three major hikes which have happened in the past. We would believe that trend will sort of go through going forward as well. See, it takes roughly around 6 months, 2 quarters for the hikes to be absorbed within the network any which ways. So then to assume that you have hikes every year is a little bit difficult. From our own perspective, see, we are not trying to time the hikes in our numbers, but like I said, we don't expect it within the next 12 months. But at the aggregate, from an ARPU perspective, we do assume, say, around 10-11% ARPU CAGR over the next, say, 3 years for Bharti as well as for Jio.
What are your top picks in the space? Targets, say, on Bharti, and I don't know if you have coverage on Vodafone Idea. Just leave us with the specific stock calls.
So we have a buy on Bharti. It's obviously done up, but we continue to like it. We feel that there is very strong earnings visibility, momentum. There is very strong free cash flow generation, which we believe could lead to some sort of triggering of a better dividend sort of payout. With Jio, obviously, we have a buy on Reliance. Vodafone, we have a reduce. We think that they have done some bits, but we still need to see on-ground execution before we turn more positive on the day.
And the target on Vodafone?
Our target right now is around 15 rupees.
15 rupees, huh? Okay, all right. Got it.
The AGR, some relief from AGR.
That some relief will come in, and it hasn't come through, and that's been the big blow for Vodafone Idea. Yes, absolutely.
That's a 60% upside on that.
If some miracle happens on AGR, absolutely.
Well,
thank you, Gaurav, for that.
Thanks, Gaurav, for joining in, and we'll chat again soon. Well, I think it's